Look at your hand. Right now. Notice the way your fingers curl around that glass rectangle as if it were a lung, and the data flowing through it were your only source of oxygen. Why is your thumb twitching? You just closed the app 30 seconds ago, yet you're already reaching back. You aren't looking for news. You aren't looking for entertainment in the traditional sense. You are looking for him or her. You know their morning coffee order, not because they told you, but because you've seen it in the background of 100 stories. You've seen the way the light hits their bedroom at 7 a.m. in a city thousands of miles away. You've listened to them talk about their deepest traumas, their breakups, and their fears while you sat alone in the blue light of your apartment. You feel a genuine warmth in your chest when they look into the lens and say, "Hi guys," as if they are piercing through the digital veil to acknowledge your specific existence. But look at the reflection in your black screen during the 1 second it takes for the next video to load. You are sitting in a silent room. Your dinner is cold. Your phone is warm. They don't know your name. They don't know your face. If you disappeared tomorrow, their upload schedule wouldn't skip a single beat. They would keep smiling, keep selling, and keep sharing to a million other strangers just like you. Welcome to the Parasocial Trap. We are living through the greatest loneliness epidemic in human history, and the architecture of control has found a way to monetize your isolation. They haven't just built a platform, they've engineered a synthetic replacement for human intimacy, and it is leaving you more hollow than you ever thought possible. We are traded the substance of life for the shadow of a person. In the 1950s, sociologists Donald Horton and Richard Wohl discovered a glitch in the human hardware. They watched as people began developing intense, one-sided emotional bonds with TV news anchors and radio hosts. They coined the term parasocial interaction. Your brain, which evolved over millions of years in small, tightly knit tribes, has no update for the 21st century. It cannot distinguish between a real person sitting across a campfire and a high-definition image on a 6-inch screen. To your lizard brain, if it looks like a face and talks like a face, it is a friend. The architecture of control has turned this biological glitch into a trillion-dollar industry. The modern, authentic creator is no longer an artist. They are a professional friend. They use manufactured vulnerability to bypass your brain's social defense systems. They don't film in studios anymore. They film in their unmade beds. They don't wear suits. They wear pajamas. They use POV angles and whispered ASMR tones to trick your nervous system into thinking you are sharing an intimate, private moment. Every "get ready with me" is a digital pellet of dopamine. When they look directly into the lens, your brain releases oxytocin, the cuddle hormone, designed to bond mothers to infants and partners to each other. It feels like friendship. It feels like loyalty. But it's a digital placebo. You are consuming the flavor of connection with zero of the nutrition. You are being fed a synthetic version of love, precision engineered to keep you staring at the glow until the sun rises on your isolation. You are in a marriage where the other partner doesn't even know you're in the room. Why do we choose the ghost over the human? Why is it easier to watch a stranger's life than to build our own? Because real human connection is expensive. Real friends are inconvenient. They have bad moods that you can't skip. They require you to show up when you're tired, to listen when you're bored, and to apologize when you're wrong. Real friendship has friction. It demands accountability, sacrifice, and the messy work of compromise. It requires you to be vulnerable in a way that can actually hurt you. But the parasocial trap is frictionless. You can hang out with a charismatic millionaire for 6 hours and never have to say a single word. You can mute them when they get annoying. You can break up with them by simply unfollowing with zero emotional consequence. You get all the rewards of social validation, the laughter, the stories, the sense of being in on the joke, with none of the social work. It is a fast food version of intimacy, high in immediate pleasure, but zero in long-term sustenance. But here is the hidden tax, the one they don't show you in the analytics. While you spend your limited emotional energy supporting a stranger in a cloud, your actual village is turning to ash. Your social muscles are atrophying from disuse. The more time you spend in the frictionless simulation, the harder real people become to deal with. They feel too slow, too demanding, too human. The architecture of control wants you lonely, because a lonely person is a dependent person. If you had a hand to hold in the real world, you wouldn't need to buy the identity your digital idol is selling. They've traded your belonging for a subscription. They've turned your primal need for community into a recurring monthly payment, selling you back the very thing they helped destroy. You have to realize that you aren't just watching a video. You are mourning. You are mourning the loss of a social life that has been digitized, compressed, and sold back to you in fragments. The machine feeds on your silence. It needs you to be terrified of the quiet in your own apartment, so you'll fill it with the voices of people who will never know you. It needs you to feel that FOMO, fear of missing out, about a life that isn't even yours. We have created a digital double of ourselves, a version that lives through the eyes of others, but that version doesn't breathe, it doesn't touch, it doesn't love. The exit from this trap isn't as simple as unsubscribing. It's a radical reclaiming of presence. It means acknowledging the hunger in your chest instead of masking it with a live stream. It means sitting in the dark and looking at the void until the void stops being scary. The architecture of control loses its power the moment you stop running from yourself. The next time you feel that desperate urge to check in on your favorite creator, stop. Ask yourself, who is invisible in my own room right now? What conversation am I delaying because it's too much work? What person in my physical world is starving for the attention I am currently giving to a screen? The most revolutionary act of 2026 is to be unreachable by the algorithm and present for a human being. Turn off the screen. Look at the person in the reflection of the glass. That is the only friend you've been neglecting for far too long. Look at your hands. They were meant for touching the world, not just swiping through it. Stop dancing to a tune written by an AI. Reclaim the silence, reclaim the friction, reclaim the messy, difficult, beautiful reality of being a human among humans. Because the only place the trap can't reach is the stillness of a mind that has finally decided to come home to reality.